today, documented with pictures, we have 384 abandoned projects across Akwa Ibom State. We have 148 in Naked Senatorial District. We have 104 in Ikot Senatorial District and 132 in Uyo Senatorial District. Mr. Chairman, since the House of Representatives is in terms of federal constituencies, we went further to take them to the federal constituency level to be able to arrive at this project. Mr. Chairman, there are several of these projects that have been abandoned over the last 10 years, some 5 years, and some in the immediate last 1 or 2 years. And I'm very glad that you have included the very immediate last administration. Mr. Chairman, in our state of Akwa Ibom, there are projects done by NDDC like road infrastructure, road intervention, that did not last 6 months from construction. As they were being constructed, the road were collapsing while the construction was going on. And we've taken pains to take their picture, the date of their construction, their names, and we are making it available to the committee, and we will be available, Mr. Chairman, sir, to guide the committee to these locations if the need would arise. Mr. Chairman, if I will be given the opportunity, we could read out some of these projects, but I would like to say that the immediate past minister of the Niger Delta, after a protest to Mr. President on abandoned project of NDDC, was sent by the president to come to Akwa Ibom to inspect these projects. And I would like to report to this honorable house that at that visit, the minister spoke openly at several of the locations of this abandoned project, complaining of poor supervision and all the other things. And that video recording, Mr. Chairman, will also be made available by the Akwa Ibom State government to this committee to further guide this committee that before today, this abandoned project, in case of Akwa Ibom, had been highly and properly highlighted. Mr. Chairman, sir, in Naked Federal Constituency, where the governor comes from, and I'm also privileged to come from, we have 58 abandoned projects. It includes roads, solar-powered project, classroom blocks, and roads, remedial works on roads, and constructions of short-distance roads in the local governments. They have all been abandoned. In Naked local government, as a local government, 9 abandoned projects with their names. In Esreket, we have 15 abandoned projects. In Ibom, we have 11. In Ona local government, where I come from, we have 23. One of them, the state government, because the communities were cut off, we had to take responsibility to re-award the contract after being abandoned for 12 years. There was no link between Ikorobatek, Ikwe, and Odio, covering 2 local governments. I took the minister there, the immediate past minister of the Niger Delta. He saw it for themselves. And so in that federal constituency, a total of 58 abandoned projects. In Ikorabasi federal constituency, I'm privileged to have member representing that federal constituency as a member of this ad-hoc committee, Right Honorable Charles Francis Uduyok. We have abandoned in that federal constituency a total of 41 projects. In Ikorabasi, where the immediate past MD of NDDC hails from, 16 abandoned projects. In Mpareni local government, 10. In Isinobolo, where Right Honorable Charles Uduyok hails from, 15 abandoned projects. So in that federal constituency of Ikorabasi, Mpareni, in Isinobolo federal constituency, 41 abandoned projects. In Oron federal constituency, 49. And if we break this into the 5 local governments that makes that federal constituency, every local government of Oron, Mbu, Udongo, Rio Fonruko, all have cases of abandoned project. For Oron, it's 13. For Mbu, it is 9. For Okobo, it is 14. For Riefonruku, it is 7. For Udouko, it is 6, making a total of 49 abandoned projects in that federal constituency. And therefore, for that senatorial district, 148 abandoned. In Uyo senatorial district, where we have 3 federal constituencies of Uyo, Etinan, Itu, and Ibom federal constituencies, in Uyo local government alone, 23 abandoned projects. In Uran local government, 14. In Seratai, 11. In Ibesikwa Sultan, 12. Making a total for that federal constituency alone of 60 abandoned projects. In a Tinan, Ibom federal constituency, we have 49. A Tinan alone has 9. Ibom has 18. And Nsodubio has a total of 22, making 49 abandoned projects in that federal constituency. In Itu, Ibiono federal constituency, Itu has 10. Ibiono has 13, 23. Mr. Chairman, sir, that makes 132 for that senatorial district. For Ikorek Bene senatorial district, Ikorek Bene Senudem Oboruka federal constituency has 36. Ikorek Bene local government has 11. Senudem has 10. Senudem has 14. And Oborukara has 11. Mr. Chairman, there is a particular project in this Oborukara that I would like to highlight. About 3 weeks ago, Mr. Chairman, there's a road that NDDC awarded in the year 2018. And the construction was going on, included a bridge at Ikorupong. Mr. Chairman, sir, that bridge and the road was abandoned and the bridge collapsed, cutting the communities away from each other as we speak. Mr. Chairman, I'm battling, trying to raise funds to see how we can do a temporary bridge on that road to reconnect the two communities. And sadly enough for us, as soon as we moved to site, NDDC mounted a billboard saying that the project was theirs. But Mr. Chairman, I would like to say here emphatically that just 1 month before the election, that project was abandoned. And 2 communities in Oborukara, as we speak today, 2 separate projects of NDDC have been cut off. The 2 bridges have collapsed. The road construction included those bridges, and they were abandoned. And it's making it very sad and difficult. And how people in these communities...
Do you have the name of the contractor to those projects?
Well, I can't supply. I will go back and on the signposts get the name of those contractors. I didn't have that read here, but I think within 48 hours, I should be able to bring to this committee the name of those contractors, especially those ones that are still making attempts to do the job which we believe is not making progress. In Okanafuno Ruonam Federal Constituency, a border local government, Okanafuno alone has 17 abandoned, Oruonam has 15, making 32. In Ikono, in the federal constituency, 20 abandoned projects are back at Temeku, Ika federal constituency, 16, making a total of 104. Mr. Chairman, some of these projects are water projects, solar panel projects, and sadly enough, most of them, when 20% of the job is done, signposts posted, the projects are abandoned. And the worst part of it, Mr. Chairman, is that the roads constructed by NDDC across Akwa Ibom State are of the lowest standard globally. And I have challenged them severally that civil construction are standardized globally. There is no way you will do road construction without design and specification. And I've had several occasions to go to their site and said, look, before you do road construction, there must be standard specification of what is expected so that people will look up to that. At the completion of this job, this is what will be expected. Mr. Chairman, you find situations where if the designs are procured, they do not follow the design. In Akwa Ibom, where we have one of the highest level of rainfall a year, we expect that if roads are going to be constructed, we should have drainages to collect and channel the rainwater so that they don't stand on the road to cause the road to collapse. Virtually all the roads constructed by NDDC in our state, even if it is designed with drainages, the drainages will be intermittently done. You see drain for about 200 meters, there will be no drain for another 700 meters, and another 300 meters they will be drained, making it impossible for the purpose of the drain to be established. Drainages are supposed to be continuous to allow for free flow of water. And where they are not available or available in an undulating manner, the whole sole purpose of these drainages become defeated. Mr. Chairman, sir, in the course of your investigation, I would like to state on record.
We are making demands that the House of Representatives today, having taken the initiative to call for this action to audit what had been done, should go beyond abandonment and look at the quality of what has been done so that the community, the 9 states of the Niger Delta, will get value for the money the federal government has released for this project. I am of the school of thought that it will be better for a state like Akwa Ibom to get every year 10 good road projects from NDDC than 50 being proposed and the 50 being done in a bad, slowly manner that come rain every year, those roads collapse and we go back through the same cycle. And most times the state government, with its meager resources, is now made to go over projects that funds have been made available to the NDDC. I stand to be corrected that the quality of job done by NDDC as per Akwa Ibom are of the lowest global standards. NDDC was supposed to intervene in the Niger Delta region in terms of infrastructure. If that constitutional responsibility has been changed, I'm yet to be aware. For today, NDDC should be made to get the job done and done properly.
What has been their responses before now? When people
If they were responses, probably we would not be here today. When you confront them, they go to media attempting to twist the story, and that has not produced any result.
Confidence on NDDC going forward, sir?
I have confidence in my country going forward, not on NDDC as a commission. I have confidence in the House of Representatives that has invited us. I have confidence in the President of Nigeria to get NDDC to do the right thing. I may not have confidence in the past regime of NDDC, but who knows whether the new one set up now will come to do the right thing. But I have confidence in the President, I have confidence in the National Assembly that they can get them to do what is right. Our communities are suffering.